windshield seems to crack. Though airbags have deployed, but he's still driving. This is Alvarado, southbound on Alvarado from the 101. Black and white still behind him. The vehicle now pulling over. LAPD North Hollywood deploying on them. High-risk felony stop here. This is southbound on Alvarado right at the 101. We're going to hold it right here. High-risk felony stop right now. You can see the officers have their weapons out. They are pointed at the vehicle. Very violent crash on that, near that off-ramp or in the right lane as they're getting off at Alvarado there. Hit one car that caused a chain reaction crash into at least 2 or 3 other vehicles. We're going to stay with this, but we are going to check on those other people there, see if they're okay. Right now, no compliance from the suspect in the car. None at all. Getting a little bit of exhaust. See him moving around in there. The airbags did look like they deployed. He also it looks like he got hit from behind. There is damage to the left rear of that tire, the left rear of that vehicle. Moving, his hands moving around in there, playing with a radio it looks like. Seems very occupied with things that are going on inside the vehicle, but not complying right now. So he is, this North Hollywood unit, still the only units that's been with this thing. So now they're in LAPD Rampart Division's area, trying to get officers to him. Yeah, it looks like the window's open. It almost looked like some smoke came out of there. It's uncertain if that's smoke from the airbags or... It looks like he's maybe ingesting something or smoking something. It almost looks like he's ingesting something to me. Lots of activity inside that passenger compartment of that SUV. This started in North Hollywood Division. Yeah, he's smoking something. Oh, was that a female? It's hard to tell. It almost looked like a female for a second, so not really sure. You can see he's, looks like he may be opening up a pill bottle. He or she, I should say. Smooth that out, please, if you can. Just hold your spot, it's fine. Thanks. The person did open up what appeared from us to be a pill bottle, and really is just ingesting the pills. You can see pedestrians just walking right through this, but there's no other units yet with this North Hollywood unit. Again, this is right at the southbound Alvarado lanes, just south of the 101. The accident occurred on the southbound off-ramp of the 101 at Alvarado. Slammed in at least 2 or 3 vehicles. Chain reaction crash. Hit them really hard, so we're going to see if there's any injuries on those vehicles, or in those vehicles, I should say, of people on that. Oh, he's going to try to drive away here, so here we go again. Now we're back into pursuit here. Southbound Alvarado. Thought the vehicle was disabled. It's not. That's right at Temple. Right through the red light at Temple, into traffic. So now we've got not only DUI, we've got felony hit and run. Eastbound on Temple from Alvarado. Okay, LAPD going back into tracking mode. So they're discontinuing the pursuit of this felony high-risk suspect. We're going to come around here. This is right at Temple and Union. Continuing eastbound on Temple. This black SUV, we're getting really steep here, so we're going to try to back off just a little bit, or maybe get on the north side. Right through the green light there at Glendale Boulevard. Okay, so we're a little toppy right now, so we're going to try to fix this and get you a better shot. We're coming over the top. He's crossing underneath us. Now we're back on the right side of this thing. So continuing eastbound on Temple, right through that red light, almost hit that vehicle in the intersection. Eastbound 10, this is Boylston Street, coming up on downtown Los Angeles. Again, this started in North Hollywood Division, was involved in a traffic accident with at least 2 or 3 vehicles on the off-ramp of the 101 at Alvarado. Underneath the 110 freeway. And continuing eastbound on Temple. There is Figueroa, right through Temple. We're in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, just north of downtown Los Angeles, right near the 4 level. Hard on the brakes there. Now he's stopped. There's a black and white behind him there. That same North Hollywood unit. Keep giving a little bit of distance, but he's right on the back of that car. Right in the back of that white car, almost touching him if he isn't touching him. This is Temple. Right near the 4 level. Look at him. Look at the activity in that passenger car. Good look at the suspect. That might have been just a white bag in there. That we thought it might have been the airbags. It is just a big white bag, which could indicate a few things. There are some. Okay, hands are out of the vehicle now. Is he giving it up or not? Looks like he may. Oh, back off again here. We're going to be making a turn onto Hope or a 101 on-ramp right near downtown. This is going to be back on the southbound 101 freeway. Okay, it's coming right under us again, so we're going to try to fix that. Southbound on the 101. And speeds are really picking up again. Really steep right off our right below us. Now we're just, again, north of downtown, southbound on the 101. We're going to come up on where he's got to make a decision. Over hard to the right lane. Original one was DUI. Now he's felony hit and run, especially if there was any injuries. Felony evading, felony hit and run. Now this speeds, he's going and he's zigzagging through this traffic. This is going to end in another wreck. Over hard to the left side. Coming up on the 101 and the 10 interchange here. Southbound on the 101. LAPD trying to get CHP to let them aware of this pursuit. And it looks like we're going to be continuing on the 101. This is kind of where the road where the 101 comes down and it meets up with the East LA interchange. It's kind of the 101, kind of becomes the 10, coming up on the 60-ish. 101 right at 1st Street now. Now we're going to pull some speeds up here for you in Air 7 HD. Sky Map 7, 70 miles per hour right now. Pushing 80 miles per hour. Southbound 101. Now we're east of downtown Los Angeles. What a pursuit. We thought it was over with, but we thought the airbags had deployed on that crash on Alvarado on the 101. It was not. Just a big white bag. We saw what we thought the suspect to be ingesting some sort of pills or something from a bottle. Hard on the brakes here, coming up on 7th Street, southbound on the 101 at 7th. Coming up on the East LA interchange, losing them behind some barricades here. Getting into some traffic. LAPD still in tracking mode right now, so officially not in pursuit. They've notified the California Highway Patrol, trying to get them to take it over. East LA interchange, hard right, back over to the right side. We'll see where this puts them up. There's the Soto is in this area here. This could be transitioning back to the 10. This could be transitioning to the 5. It's hard to say at this point right now. I believe that's the transition road to the, well, that's an off-ramp. That's Soto Street. It's going to be southbound on Soto from the East LA interchange. You can see that LAPD unit still behind the suspect. And now in a gas station or an alleyway here at Soto Street. What's he going to be doing? In the gas station, the 76 gas station, LAPD right behind him at this point. Coming back out to 8th Street. Okay, now we're going to be on 8th Street. We're going to be westbound on 8th, I believe. 8th and Boyle is where we're at now. And looks like we're going to be northbound on Boyle. Back underneath the freeway. $60 miles per hour on the surface street back over the East LA interchange. You can see some of the units trying to catch up to the pursuit as it comes through our frame. We'll turn the speed off for a second. Okay, there is 7th Street. And we're going to be going westbound on 7th from Boyle. The LAPD unit has backed off again. Again, they're in tracking mode, and they're allowed to keep their emergency equipment on while they're in tracking mode, but they try to stay out of the view of the suspect. Okay, coming back under us again here. Westbound on 7th. Westbound on 7th, we're over the LA River right now. 7th Street Bridge. Wow, what a pursuit. This is started as a DUI driver, failure to yield pursuit. Oh, just lost him coming back under us here. That's going to be Santa Fe. Looks like it's going to be northbound on Santa Fe from 7th. Coming northbound on Santa Fe. Now we're making another turn. I believe that's going to be Jesse Street. Jesse Street. Westbound on Jesse, and then we're going to be southbound on Imperial. That's Imperial. An industrial area here just west of the LA River. Back out to 7th Street. Right through 7th Street. Wrong side of the road. Took it way too fast. Driver does appear impaired from what we can see. Back westbound on 7th. Now we're just going to come northbound again. Back towards us on Mateo. You can see all that swerving is very apparent. High speeds back northbound on Mateo. Then we're going to be westbound. Behind the building. Oh, it might be a crash. We're going to try to catch up with it. Westbound on Mateo. He should pop up here if he's continuing. This is a good spot here. We'll see if he comes back out. There he is right there. Westbound on Mateo, I believe. Or, well, we'll see what street we're on here. This is Industrial Street again. Mill Street. Mill Street back towards 7th. Southbound on Mill. There's 7th Street again. And back westbound on 7th. So getting to be a little bit of a maze here. Zigzagging through the streets, trying to lose the officers, but they're not going to lose LAPD Air Support Division, which is overhead. Westbound on 7th Street, coming up on Channing, you see LAPD Air Support overhead, and that black and white. There's a red right through the red, hard on the brakes, almost hits that convertible Mercedes. Now we're going to be, that's Alameda, and we're back northbound Alameda. Coming through the Produce Mart area, the Toy Mart. Oh, can't come out of frame there. Northbound and hard on the brakes there. We'll see if he crosses over. He does. Crosses over into the center medium, left-hand turn pocket. Northbound on Alameda coming up on 6th. Very reckless, very high speeds. Lots of turns. Had at least 2 or 3 crashes already, that one multi-vehicle. And here's the speed as we're going northbound on Alameda. This is where it's going to get dangerous. Okay, there's going to be maybe, we're going to watch those buildings there. Making a turn on 3rd Street, right through the fork. That's 3rd Street. That may be 3rd Street here, eastbound. Coming up on a red a stop sign, I should say. And now we're going to be back southbound on Traction. Grabbing a curb. We'll see if he runs. Okay, we're at Traction and Hewitt. Hewitt and Traction. Suspect's pulled over, parking. He sees the night suns come on. Trying to play conspicuous. Looks like he's near maybe a bar. This is southbound on Traction, right near 3rd. We're going to hold right here so we can watch that pole there for me. So the air unit directing the tracking black and whites to their location. Just put out on O2 Traction. Where's O2 at? Where is it at? 1 or 2? Traction. Okay, and he's away again. On Traction Avenue from Hewitt. Thought he was in the clear. The black and white showed up again, and there's those high speeds again, southbound on Traction, away from 3rd Street. There's a big curve there. We'll see how he takes that. Another oncoming traffic. He got slow enough in time there. That's going to be Merrick Street. Okay, back towards 4th Street, and lost him behind the building. We'll see where he pops up. He's westbound on 4th. Should pop out right about here. Okay, he's behind the building. Okay, we're going to try to stay with him here. Get back in position. And that's him right there. Okay, still in tracking mode here. They're on 3rd Street, westbound 3rd from Alameda. Wow, another red light right through the mid-phase red light. Almost hit someone right at Crocker. Another red light at Omar, westbound on 3rd, through the buildings, getting into the downtown area. It's going to get tricky here. It's going to be tricky for us. It's going to be tricky for everybody as he gets into the buildings as he heads westbound into downtown. This may be a female. We're talking about what we thought may have been a female earlier when she was stopped on Alvarado. That may be the case, so we're just going to say suspect right now because we're not sure. 3rd Street on Main. LAPD may pick this back up because they're in the building. So we're going to do our best to try to keep her in sight, or the suspect in sight here. The pursuit's back on. Eastbound on 3rd, right at Broadway. Okay, it looks like you're going to be northbound on Broadway. Through the buildings, northbound on Broadway. We're going to turn right, partner. Northbound Broadway from 2nd. Right through the red light at 2nd Street. Closed down. Now we're going to be back eastbound on 2nd from Broadway. Lots of construction cranes in here, lots of high-rises. We're doing our best to stay with this in Air 7 HD as best we can. Looks like it's going to be Spring Street. Southbound on Spring from 2nd. We'll see if she, which we think it may have been she. That's going to be Spring Street, not Hill. A little bit of confusion down on the ground. We believe that's Spring. Okay. Well, there's that black and white, that same North Hollywood unit that's been sticking with it. Still southbound on Spring. Oh, lost him behind the buildings here. So coming out towards 4th Street. There she is. And that's a wrong way. That's a one-way street. And they're backing up towards the black and white. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay, she or he decided not to. Now it's going to be eastbound on 4th Street behind the building. Doing our best to stay with it in Air 7. On 4th Street from Main. Okay, looks like it's going to be southbound on Main from 4th. Wrong way. Head on with officers there. Central officers going the wrong way on a one-way street. Back eastbound on Winston from Main. Right behind another black and white. Right around that black and white. And now we're going to be southbound. We believe that's going to be Los Angeles Street. Southbound on Los Angeles Street. Through 5th Street. Southbound LA coming up on 6th Street. There's 6th Street, and we're going to be eastbound on 6th. That's another one-way street, so going the wrong direction. We're going to come a little bit north and west, or south and west, please. We'll see where she pops. There it is right there. Wrong way on a one-way street. Going westbound on an eastbound street. You're going to keep coming around for me if you can. Lost her behind the buildings. Okay, it's going to be northbound on Spring, so we're going to keep coming back northbound. North and westbound. We lost sight. We're going to get a little steep, put a little airspeed into it. North and westbound, please. Okay, we've lost it, but we're going to try to reacquire it here as soon as we can. We need some airspeed. Okay, she may be over here. We're listening, we're listening. Okay, guys, we're going to try to pick this up, so keep some speed on it if we can. Southbound Spring passing 9th, so we're going to be over in this area here. So we're going to go south. All you got? Okay, I got her. Somewhere down in here, they lost her in the buildings. Try to pick her back up here. Oh, how are we down here? Eastbound Venice from Spring. Okay, back on her here. Lost her in the buildings, but we're now back on her. So that's good news for us. And good news for you if you're watching us. So high speeds here just north of the 10 freeway, eastbound. We think that's Venice, or maybe even 16th Street, just north of the 10 freeway. Very difficult in the downtown. Okay, southbound underneath the 10. We believe that's San Pedro Street. Okay, looks like we're going to get on the freeway here, or at least under the freeway. That's going to put us back eastbound on the 10 freeway, back towards East LA Interchange. So here we go, back on the freeways on this wild one tonight. About 10 minutes away from our ABC 7 newscast at 11 p.m. Air 7 HD first on this pursuit from its start, coming southbound on the 101 through the Hollywood area. We picked it up about Melrose. Original want was DUI. Okay, LAPD back now in tracking mode. That's why you saw the night sun. We're losing her a little bit behind the retaining wall. She's blacked out. So you can imagine even more dangerous right now. We're going to turn the speed on. Blacked out, 90 miles per hour, 100 miles an hour is Sky Map 7 speed showing you that. Coming up on the East LA interchange. Wow, 105 miles per hour. Blacked out. Passing vehicles like they're standing still on the 10 freeway. Possibly under the influence of something. And this is more than likely going to turn into another wreck. Definitely impaired driving at this point, but nearly missing several cars as she zigzags, she or he. We've heard reports of both. This is hard on the brakes. Wow! Almost hit that white sedan behind the white van. Looks like we're on an interchange here, maybe the 10 freeway interchange. East LA interchange looks like it may turn into the 10 here as we're going northbound on that transition road on the 10 where it goes northbound before it turns back to the east towards the 101. Slowed down a little bit. And this may be an off-ramp. This may be the 7th Street off-ramp. 7th Street. Or maybe Boyle. Okay. Doesn't even stop for the... Oh, there's the T-bone right into it. TC'd into above it. She's still going. So hit that, and that's the third crash we've seen. Right off the off-ramp. Didn't stop at the bottom. You saw the bumper come off. T-bone that vehicle, so they're going to get an RA there if they can. That was right at Boyle, the Boyle off-ramp of the 5. The bumper's off. Headlights are destroyed. It's dark in this area. This is Hollins Street. Hollins near 7th. LAPD still in tracking mode. Coming into traffic, someone trying to park on this very dark street. Hollins near Whittier Boulevard. Northbound on Hollins. That's Whittier Boulevard. Well, try to do the okey doke again. Try to park to see if no one notices she's here. The night sun's off with LAPD. She's going to park. This is parked northbound on Hollins, right at Whittier Boulevard. LAPD's night sun's now back on. We'll see what happens here. Hollins. Okay, so there's LAPD Air Support Division TFO trying to get black and whites to her. We'll see if she complies this way. The units were in tracking mode, and she just got so much distance. Now we're in LAPD Hollenbeck's area. So there were no black and whites directly behind this suspect during this part of the pursuit after she got off the freeway. So LAPD Air Support Division trying to get those units that were in tracking mode over here. Whittier and Hollins. Whittier Boulevard. Hollins is a very small street, 1 block east of Boyle, where that accident occurred, right off that 10 freeway transition road at Boyle. Okay, now they're deployed on her. That is the same North Hollywood unit that was the primary unit in the pursuit. So this is the unit was primary. High-risk felony stop. Now, this is dangerous because there she goes again. Hopefully there won't be any shots fired here. She gingerly goes around the officers. And we've seen this 3 times now. Okay, we are eastbound on Whittier Boulevard. At Soto. That's Soto. It's going to be northbound on Soto from Whittier. Wow, a wild one here tonight. Absolutely wild. Speeds increasing here northbound on Soto. Kind of a major intersection here through Boyle Heights. Completely blacked out. No one knows she's coming. Lots of trees, so we're going to try to get a little steeper here. Soto coming up on 4th Street. 4th Street's the interchange. We're going to stay a little wide. Luckily, she's got a green light. He or she. Again, we think it may be a female now. Okay, let's catch up a little bit. Let's catch up if we can. Really picking up those speeds. We're going to catch up here. Okay, this is 1st Street. Right through a green light at 1st Street. We're intentionally staying a little bit wide because of her speed and her propensity to crash this vehicle into other vehicles. Right by the limo or an SUV there. Soto coming up on Cesar Chavez. That's Chavez she's going through. Red light, slows down a little bit, and we're going to be eastbound on Cesar Chavez from Soto. Still in the LAPD Hollenbeck area, but moving slowly towards LA Sheriff's Department, East LA area. Blacked out on Chavez, eastbound. We're going to go a little steeper if we can. We'll catch up a little bit. Eastbound on Chavez from Evergreen. Oh. Okay, this turns into Brooklyn Place here. Brooklyn in Indiana, southbound on Indiana from Brooklyn. And we are stopped again. This is Indiana, southbound Indiana from Brooklyn Place. And we're slowing right now. Not really sure why, but maybe she's decided to give it up here. This is on Indiana now, right near Cheese Bros. And her hands are out. This may be it. Another high-risk felony stop, and that North Hollywood unit, still the primary unit on the pursuit. Indiana and Cheese Bros in Boyle Heights. Okay, well, 2 North Hollywood units with her now. Trying to get a better look at the vehicle. Maybe it's disabled. Not really sure why she decided to stop now. But we've seen this at least 2 or 3 times before. Well, slowly rolling. We'll see if she takes off again. Well, there we go again. Indiana Street and Michigan here. That's Michigan Avenue is the next major. I got a feeling there's something maybe wrong with this car. She goes a little bit and stops and goes a little bit and stops. So we're going to try to get in front of the car just to see if she comes out the driver's side where we want to be lined up with it. Maybe a little bit further to the right, a little south. Slide away from it. Okay, and away we go again. Southbound Indiana from Michigan. Look at all that damage of the car. That was from the original wreck on the southbound 101 at Alvarado. LAPD still in tracking mode, so the black and whites had to back off due to the LAPD policy while they're in tracking mode. Southbound Indiana, this is 1st Street. We're going to bring Sky Map 7 back on, now that we're moving again. And eastbound on 1st from Indiana, heading into the sheriff's area pretty soon here. We're getting ready for our ABC 7 Eyewitness newscast here in just a few minutes, so about 4 or 5 more minutes right through that red light. Eastbound on 1st from Townsend. Look at the speeds here. We're going to bring up the speeds from Sky Map 7 again. We're going to try to catch up to her if we can here. Getting a little ahead of us. $50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour. Continuing eastbound on 1st, coming up on Bonnie Beach Place. LA County Sheriff's East LA. Wrong side of the road. What are we doing here? Okay, looks like we're making that turn on Sunnell Drive. Sunnell. Northbound on Sunnell from 1st Street. Sunnell on Michigan. We saw Michigan begin again earlier. And this is Michigan Avenue again. Now we're going to be westbound on Michigan, coming back towards us. One headlight, oh, looks like that bumper's gone, that right headlight's gone, front end damage, rear end damage. This car is just a wreck, and it's still driving. Coming up on Michigan, right at Bonnie Beach Place. There's the intersection. I think she's going to be on Bonnie Beach Place now. And it's 37 miles per hour. This is a cul-de-sac. In fact, we're going to bring up Sky Map 7 streets here. She is in a cul-de-sac, turning around, dead end street, but we'll see when she comes back out. She's going to run right back into those officers. Coming right back towards the officers here. We're going to pull out to show you that. Here we go. Here's the standoff. Will she get around them? And she does. Head on. Well, not this one. Head on, and there's, was there a collision? Not really. She's boxed in now. She's not going anywhere. All North Hollywood units here in Hollenbeck Division, as far away as you can get from their original area of concern. She's bumping the black and whites right now. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. She is accelerating into the cars, pushing the officers. This could be considered assault with a deadly weapon on police officers. They're trying to get out of the way. Wow. Look at this. Pushing the car, the black and white. There's an officer in that car. Officers are deciding what they do. There is policy that says they're tasering, trying to taser through the window, shooting the taser, and they've made contact with the taser. So she has made contact, less lethal being used. A good call by the officers. They have used their tasers, at least 2 or 3 shots, going around the passenger side to try to get her into custody. Doors locked. They're trying to get in. Wow. Got in. They're going to pull her through that driver's side because they can't, the passenger side, they can't get her out the driver's side. Fighting with her. She's fighting. Even after being tased. Now, those taser darts are still in her. So you can be assured that she is probably still getting zapped. She's even pulled out now. If it's a she, we'll see. Out of the passenger side, being taken into custody. Wow, what a pursuit. Haven't seen one like this in a long time. It had a little bit of everything. Now, she made contact with several vehicles, at least 3 or 4 on the Alvarado off-ramp, at least 1 at the Boyle off-ramp with the 10. And it remains to be seen how many are hurt. But this all ended on Bonnie Beach Place near Michigan Avenue, right near the LAPD, LA County Sheriff's border of East LA and Boyle Heights. You know what? We hope no one was seriously injured. It got very, very tense there. And it is a female. It is actually the female. So we were right originally when we saw her on Alvarado. You could see the lines from the taser still hanging. They have requested a rescue ambulance to have her evaluated. That's normal procedure when someone's been tased. But she is okay. She's standing. Hopefully the people that she hit are okay. And this ended right before our 11 p.m. newscast, which we're getting ready to do right now. Booth, we're ready to go when you are. Oh. Okay. You guys have tape queued up? Yeah, I'll just toss. We'll just do the best we can. Okay, very good. You'll give me some time on this, Trace? Well, Mark and Michelle, this was a wild one. The female driver, the suspect, is in custody right now. We are in East LA, right at Bonnie Beach Place and Michigan Avenue, where this ended just moments ago, very dramatically, where the driver tried to ram and continue to ram these LAPD North Hollywood Division officers. This all started probably about 45 minutes ago in LAPD North Hollywood area when they tried to pull over this driver that was possibly under the influence of some kind of drug or alcohol. They weren't sure. They went into pursuit on the southbound 101 freeway. We're going to show you some video we shot earlier from Air 7 HD. That's where we picked it up, Air 7 HD, first over this pursuit southbound on the 101. She exited at Alvarado Street, and when she exited Alvarado, she slammed into about 2 or 3 vehicles, causing a chain reaction crash. She pulled over on Alvarado for a few minutes. They tried to prone her out, and then she just continued on. Well, that pursuit went through the downtown area, went through the 101, through the East LA interchange, got off through downtown. She went the wrong way on several one-way streets, going towards officers, nearly hitting them, going head-on. When she got back on the freeway, went back on the 10 freeway eastbound, back through the East LA interchange towards Boyle Heights on the 10, exited Boyle, and then she got into an accident with another vehicle off the off-ramp. 2 off-ramps, 2 accidents, T-boned a blue vehicle, and then continued on into the Boyle Heights area. Well, it all ended here just moments ago as we showed you. I don't know if we showed you that video we just shot here, a dramatic ending where the officers had to use their tasers, less lethal ammunition, less lethal tactics, I should say, to render her and incapacitate her in that driver's unit as she was pushing the gas, pushing those vehicles. That black and white you see right here in our live shot, she pushed that vehicle back about 10 feet, was trying to push her way out after getting caught on this cul-de-sac of Bonnie Beach Place. She is now in custody. A rescue ambulance has been requested to treat her, get those taser darts out of her, but she looks to be fine. Definitely looks to be under the influence. In fact, when she was stopped on Alvarado, we saw her ingesting what looked to be pills or something in a bottle, swallowing them. So it'll be very interesting to figure out exactly what was going on with her. Very reckless pursuit, at least 3 or 4 crashes that we saw, and we will keep you updated when we know more. Reporting live from Air 7 HD over East LA, JT Alpa, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Michelle, they certainly did. There is some policies regarding shooting at a moving vehicle. If the officers have the opportunity to get out of the way in that type of situation, it is a non-shooting situation. It's up to the discretion of the officers. But you can see they use extreme restraint. They use their less lethal tactics and equipment to take her into custody. They got away from the vehicle. There's one officer that got back in that car, but they used that restraint. They used their training, followed their policy, and took the suspect in without a shooting occurring. You're welcome. Why? Oh, she's still fighting. Do we have any room to come down? I'll take it if you got it. I want to get a real nice tight shot of her. Well, not sure if we're still streaming, but if we are, well, thanks for taking the ride with us. And oh boy, was it a ride. They are trying to restrain her. It almost seems like she's still trying to fight. And she even put up quite the fight in the car. LA Fire Department has been requested to evaluate her. They got to get those darts out of her. And from what we saw, they fired at least, not that it's funny, but they fired at least 3 or 4 taser lines into her from outside the vehicle. My concern right now is the drivers that she hit. She hit those drivers when she was exiting southbound that 101 on Alvarado. She hit them pretty hard. There was a chain reaction crash. And then she got off the freeway, pulled over, and just sat there. Well, look at that. Still fighting. She has a lot of fight in her. And that is not uncommon with suspects that are under the influence. Male or female. They have a lot of strength. You can see female officer is on there. But what a great job by LAPD North Hollywood Division. Following all the policies of the pursuit. Back going into tracking mode. Great job by LAPD Air Support Division. Tactical Flight Officer. That I know very well on that ship. Did an excellent job. Especially in the downtown area. It got to a point where that air crew lost her. We lost her for a little bit, but then they picked her back up. Took us a few minutes to reacquire it, but well, luckily we picked her back up. So a very wild one here. Had a little bit of everything. Just when we thought it was over, she took off at least 2, 3, 4 times. And I believe we're right inside the East LA area. I think LAPD is actually out of their area. We'll see if we can't see LA City Fire rolling in here. They're here yet. Not quite yet. But when we saw her pulled over on Alvarado, just south of the 101, I'd mentioned when we were streaming that it looked like a female, and I just got a quick glimpse of her in there when what we saw was a pill bottle being open, and it looked to be a female. And then we got a couple other glimpses, and then it looked like a man, but it was hard to tell. But I'm not really sure what kind of car. I never really figured out what type of car it was. I usually have Rob Gluckman, my partner up here. He is out sick today. Our best to Rob. But he's really good at looking at these cars and picking them out very quickly. Me, not so much. But whatever that car was, it got in at least 2 or 3 wrecks. It kept on going. Okay, officers keeping a firm grip and some pressure on her to keep her on the hood of that car until they can get the LA City Fire Department here to get her evaluated, pull the darts out of her. And again, we think there are multiple sets of darts in her. Saw all those taser lines hanging between the car and her. LAPD North Hollywood's pursuit from the start to the end. Went to tracking mode several times. I think they went back into pursuit mode downtown just because of the sheer reason the airship could not keep visual contact with her at that particular point, nor could we. Several times driving the wrong way on a one-way street in the downtown area. But the dead end is the one that got her. The cul-de-sac here on Bonnie Beach Place, that's what finally got her. But even then, a very brazen move to accelerate into the black and whites, and that little SUV actually moved those black and whites. But we mentioned in our newscast, amazing restraint by the LAPD. Their training kicked in. They remembered the right policy. And an officer-involved shooting did not occur. LA City Fire now on scene. You can see the EMTs, firefighter walking up to the suspect. More than likely, she will not be transported by the ambulance unless they feel that she is under the effects of pills or under the effect of some other type of drug that may be maybe adversely affect her health. So there's the possibility she's transported. That's where they're going to make that evaluation right now. Well, this may not be LA City Fire. That's something I should probably look at. This may be LA County Fire because of where we're at. Well, yep, LA County Fire is here. So my mistake, LA County Fire paramedics are here by private ambulance. So that does verify our thoughts that we are definitely in the county of Los Angeles here, East LA, LA Sheriff's East LA area. All right, so she looks like she's calming down a little bit. She's standing up, going with the program. You can see those taser dart lines just hanging off her back. It's always weird when I hear my voice on the air. The newscast. They're playing back that story from Tuesday night. The officer-involved shooting in Garden Grove. Well, it wasn't an officer-involved shooting, but the suspect shot that AR-15 in the back seat of a black and white standoff. A very interesting video on that. So paramedics now from the LA County Fire Department looking at our pursuit suspect. Started out as a DUI pursuit. Then it turned into a felony hit and run pursuit. felony evading pursuit, then maybe even ADW and a police officer pursuit. Several times she went head-on with some black and whites in the downtown area, and that could constitute assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. We're going to do something a little different here, throw in a little tight shot here. A profile of her. Well, jawing at the paramedics. Looks a little agitated. Yeah. All right. Taking the blood pressure here, doing all the vitals that they do. Evidence bag coming over here to put her valuables in. I for a second I really thought we might witness an officer-involved shooting there on that towards the end there. And yeah, and I wanted to. Our producer Tracy in the booth, she just came on and said, "Yeah, I did too." So those were always tricky. So we widen out just a little bit because it's never a good thing showing that when it happens. Police work can be very violent. Suspects' actions can be very violent. And, sometimes these things don't end like everybody wants them to. But again, I can't stress enough how impressive it was to see the restraint, the discipline, and the training of the LAPD North Hollywood Division officers that stuck with this thing from the very start. And okay, so it looks like we're getting ready to cut our feed to you, and I'm just glad you were able to join us on this one. We've haven't had a lot of pursuits lately. This will maybe our third in a couple of weeks, but before that we had a dry spell of about a month, which is a good thing. A lot of short pursuits, it's a good thing, but when these happen, this one was definitely an e-ticket ride, if you will, no pun intended, for everybody involved. Long pursuit, I'd say probably about 40-45 minutes. High speed, slow speed, stops, crashes, less lethal use of force at the end, ramming of officers, and again, we're going to try to find out the status of the people that were hurt, or if they were even hurt, in the accidents that occurred on the southbound 101 at Alvarado off-ramp, and the southbound 10 off-ramp at Soto. Was it Boyle or Soto? I think it was Boyle. Boyle, and see if anybody was hurt or treated there. That's going to definitely rack up the charges for this young lady. So from all of us to all of you, my name is JT Alpha. This is Air 7 HD, and thanks for joining us on our stream, and we will talk to you on the next one. Good night.